Good afternoon. Good afternoon. If everyone could please find their seats, we'll be starting in just a short moment.
You're too much trouble.
Really? Check. 1, 1, 2, 3, 4. Welcome. Good afternoon. Thank you all for coming. This is truly a momentous event in the history of Suburban Orthodox Toras Chaim. Everyone, please take your seats. We're going to start the official program this afternoon with the recitation of Tehillim, or Psalms, which will be read by our assistant rabbi, Rabbi Aryeh Richter. Please join us, Rabbi Richter.
Mizmar Shir Chanukas Habayis LeDavid Aramimcha Adonai Kidi Lisani V'lo Simachta Oivai Li Adonai Elihai Shivati Elecha V'tirpoeni Adonai Ha'elisa Min Sha'ol Nafshi Chisani Mior Dibar Zamrula Adonai Chasidav V'hodu L'zecher Kacho Ki Rega V'yapo Chaim Bertzono V'erev Yom Bechi V'laboker Rina V'ani Amarti V'shalvi Bal Emot Le'olam Adonai Bertzoncha Hamadata Lahari Oz Histarta Panecha Hiisi Nivhol Elecha Adonai Ekra Ve'el Adonai Eskanan Mabetza Bedami Briditi Al Shachas Hayodcha Afar Hayagid Amitecha Shema Adonai V'chaneni Adonai Hayei Ozer Li Hafachta Mispedi L'machol Li Pitachta Saki V'teyazreni Simcha L'mani Zamercha Chavod V'lo Yidom Adonai Elihai L'olam Odeka.
We're privileged this afternoon to have many distinguished Rabbanim and community leaders that we would like to recognize. Let's start. We would like to recognize Rav Aaron Feldman, the Rosh Yeshiva of Yeshivas Ner Yisrael. We'd like to recognize Rabbi Yaakov Hopfer, President of the Vada Rabbanim, Rav of Sherech Israel Congregation. Rabbi Baruch Nuber, the Menacho of Yeshivas Ner Yisrael, and all distinguished community Rabbanim in our presence. We also would like to take a moment to note the attendance of our various elected and public service officials. Congressman John Sarbanes, County Executive Johnny Olszewski, Councilman Izzy Patoka, Councilman Yitzi Schleifer, Senator Shelley Hedelman, Delegate Dalia Attar, Delegate Lisa Belcastro, Delegate Dana Stein, Delegate Sandy Rosenberg. We also would like to welcome Baltimore County, strongly in support of our police for all. We'd like to welcome Howard Livet, Executive Director of the Baltimore Jewish Council, and we welcome the members of Baltimore Hatzalah for everything they do for our community as well. Please consult your handout for a listing of all the generous event sponsors. There are too many to name in this particular moment, but we truly appreciate your generosity in making this a success. We would like to take a moment, however, to thank the groundbreaking event committee, Malky and Josh Rosenblum, Josh and Jen Eras, Adam Benzev, Nina Ellman, Lauren Fine, Sippy Getz, John Kaplan, Jeremy Lassen, Haley Lichterman, Yona Openden, Allison Steinmetz, and Alana Weinberg. So, the rabbi asked me, literally just before I started, if I was going to be funny. And I said, no. If you want funny, you can get Modi again. And I do think I'm a lot cheaper, however. So, That was about the funniest thing I'm going to say. Other than, welcome to our new building. It's our pleasure, it really is my pleasure to welcome you all here today. We're so fortunate to have many distinguished rabbis and communal leaders amongst us. I'm honored to be a part of this extraordinary event in the history of Suburban Orthodox Toras Chaim. Home. When I think about what this shul means to me, I think about home. And while I'm truly blessed to have a wonderful wife and family and home, the truth is, when I'm not at work or at my home over there, I'm at this home. I'm here with many of you before the sun rises, learning, davening, praying, growing, and often, even when I am at my other home over there, I'm doing work for my home over here. I should probably take a second to thank my wife, Susie, for all she tolerates, for all the absences, when I really should be in my home over there, but I'm in my home over here. Thank you, Susie. But I know I'm not the only one who feels that way. Many of you feel the same way about this incredible congregation that we call our home. We don't just learn and pray, we connect with each other. We forge lifelong friendships. This is a vibrant, dynamic, and growing congregation. It's not an overstatement to say that the driving force behind the success of this congregation is our inspiring and indomitable leaders, Rabbi and Rebbetzin Silber, whose selfless dedication and devotion to this shul, to this synagogue, continues to inspire us all to be better. And in the words of Rabbi Silber, to be the best versions of ourselves. Thank you, Rabbi and Rebbetzin Silber, for bringing us to this moment. The Talmud, the oral Torah, in Maseches Megillah, it refers to a synagogue as a mikdash me'at, or a small temple. And that's because a portion of the holiness that emanated from the previous temples that stood in Jerusalem are infused into all the synagogues around the world. I think it's fair to say, however, and maybe I'm being a little bit too hometown, but we receive more than our fair share of holiness right here in this shul. And so for the time being, until the Messianic days are here, this is our temple and this is our home. It was September 15th, 1957. It was the 19th of Elul in the Hebrew calendar year, 5717. It was a warm fall day. The temperature reached a high of 89 degrees that day. It was just a few weeks before Rosh Hashanah. And on that day, the founders of this synagogue gathered together right over there, and they dedicated that building. I can imagine how excited they were, knowing they were finally building a structure to service their spiritual needs, a place where they would celebrate their milestones and when they would console one another in their times of need. And over the years, the Kehillah, the congregation, it grew, as evidenced by the various additions that have been glommed on to that original structure in all sorts of shapes and sizes. Legend has it, in fact, that the second floor of the shul was hoisted from a crane, fully intact, and placed on top. I don't know why. You have to speak to a builder. Of this building. We have squeezed it to the last drop. And now here we stand, 65 years later, ready to build anew. And if you weren't aware, we have outgrown this building. We don't have the room to house all of the multiple programs and learning and not to mention, it sure would be nice to have a building where you're reasonably sure the heat will work in the dead of winter and the air will work in the heat of the summer. And I won't even spend any time talking about the ongoing sewage issues. We are in desperate need of a new structure. And it's important to note that a project of this scale, this is not just a project that serves us who are here right now in this moment, but this is a building that's going to serve a multitude of generations to follow. We are building this for us and for them. To be part of a project that's built by my father-in-law, Howard Brown, whose resume of shul building is several pages long. We feel fortunate to have our master builder right at 5 a.m. You'll catch him out at the job site, maybe even earlier. And finally, it's particularly meaningful to me that this shul, this synagogue, is being dedicated in loving memory of my wife's sister, Esther Ann Brown Adler. Esther Ann was a kind and sweet soul. She was an incredible wife, mother, daughter, sister, and friend. She enamored everyone she met with her kind smile and energetic spirit, and it's very fitting to dedicate this shul in her memory. I'm honored to be standing here today knowing what we are about to embark on, and I am excited for our future building. I would now like to introduce Rabbi Feldman, Rosh Yeshiva, Yeshivas Ner Yisrael, who will give us divrei bracha, words of blessing.
Rishus Rav Silver, Rishus the Gavoim that made this event such a impressive and successful one, and Rishus the Choshev Rabbonim that are here, the community workers, representatives of government, and Rishus this Kol HaNichbod Hazeh, this gathering. The building of a shul is considered the highest priority in Jewish life. The Ramban, at the end of Parashas Boi, says that when Jews get together to build a shul and to daven in a shul, they're accomplishing what is the purpose of creation. The purpose of creation is that mankind should recognize that there's a creator. The reason why Hashem created the world. And when people get together and build a shul, and in that shul address the Creator and speak to Him and raise their voices in His praise, that is an accomplishment of the goal of creation. It was a momentous occasion, something which every Jew in the entire world should be happy for. Every human being should be happy for if he would realize what's taking place, and certainly the people of Baltimore. Every member of this community should be joyous that we are adding another edifice which proclaims that Jews are performing the purpose of life. They are creating a place where they can praise, come close to Hashem, and speak to Him, and have a communication with Him. That is the purpose of creation. So at this moment when we join in celebrating this first step of this building, we have to accept upon ourselves to use this edifice properly, and to use our lives properly, not just in shul, but in our personal lives, to accept upon ourselves to make our lives an expression of the will of the Creator. That means to use every part of our lives to serve God, our families, our personal lives, our community lives. We have to express the will of Hashem with all of them together. I wish the Choshev Hov of Suburban so much Abotzos HaTorah, so much teaching of Torah in his chus. I think it's the largest Daf HaYomi shir in the city, maybe in the country, and wish him and the entire community, may he lead them from level to level of greatness, and may all of you be zoche, may all of you merit accomplishing your goals in your lives, your goals in your personal lives, in your children's lives, and your community lives. And Hashem give us the blessing that this building will be transported with all other shuls, all other synagogues, to transplant it to Eretz Yisrael when Mashiach comes. And we all be zeche to mola oretz deo kamayim vayom chasim. May the world be full of wisdom and knowledge of God, just as the sea is full of water. Mazel tov.
much, Rabbi Feldman. We would also like to call up Rabbi Yaakov Hopfer, President of the Vada Rabbanim, Rav of Shereth Israel Congregation. Thank you.
It wasn't that many years ago that the community as a whole stood here, and we were here at a funeral of the beloved Rav of Suburban Orthodox, Rabbi Price. And I remember thinking, leaving the Levaya, what's going to be here? What's going to be? Everybody had their faith in him, and he was a father figure to so many people. What's going to be? It's just such a wonderful thing to be able to see this shul vibrant, burgeoning, and just imbued with a fervor to want to serve and to want to be committed, a committed Jew. It's just wonderful to see, and that, without any question, has so much to do in the wisdom of Chazal. We're really seeing a miracle, and this is a miracle that we have seen in our own lives. Not miracles of yore, but miracles that we see in front of us, where some years back, decades back, what did they say the future of Torah Jewry is going to be? To see such a young community, young and older, coming together to serve, being inspired and dedicated to the Rebbeinu Shalom and his Torah, is a miracle. It's really a miracle that we're seeing. And I just, on behalf of the community, would like to thank in such a great way your Maraga Asra, your Rav and Rebbitzin for what they have done for our community. As was echoed by the Rosh Hashiva, I would just like to say the same thing in different words. The reason we come to a shul is, as the Ramban quotes in his Pirush and Chumash, we come to say, B'riyossecho anachnu. You are our creator, and we are your creation. We recognize that. And we're here to want to understand and how to understand the will of the Rebbe Shalom. But everybody can do that from his own home. Everybody can do that. You don't have to come to a shul for that. But it's when people gather together as a community, as a minyan, you come together and we dedicate and we say, we are B'riyossecha anachnu. That has a completely different meaning. We're not individuals. We are Klal Yisrael, and we're coming together to tell you, Rebbeinu Shalom, B'riyossecha anachnu, we are your creations. That's the magnificence of a Beis HaKnesses, and that's where the Rebbeinu Shalom, Shechina Yeshara, that's where he wants to place his holiness in together with us. You're going to, in Yirtzeh Hashem, be building a wonderful new Beis HaKnesses and Beis HaMedrash. You're going to pour in many, many hundreds and hundreds of millions of dollars that are going to be poured into this. And you think to yourself, isn't that to a certain degree a lack of belief, of hope that maybe today, tomorrow, that Mashiach is going to come? Why do this? And I was once at the dedication of a yeshiva, and Moshe Feinstein was there, and he said in his humble, beautiful way, When Chazal say, "Asidim bate knesiyos u'bate midrashos b'Babel hikova be'eretz Yisrael," that eventually the whole community, not just to the people who daven here, it should be the source of kvod shamayim, the source of much service to the Rebbeinu Shalom, and you should know the Rebbeinu Shalom through what is happening here. We thank you all.
Thank you very much, Rabbi Halfer. I would like to call up a longtime member of our shul, a pillar of our community and our congregation, Mrs. Selma Wolf. Selma's going to share a few words with us.
What a beautiful day, what a simon to have such weather and such sunshine and such a wonderful outpouring of people. Dear Rabbi Silber and Aviva, honored rabbis, esteemed guests, and friends, I've been asked to say a few words. A disclaimer, they didn't say what those words should be, so I take full responsibility. As one of the matriarchs of our congregation, I've been part of Suburban Orthodox from the very beginning. Since the day Rabbi Chaim Ceremonial asked a very diverse group of neighbors to contribute to the purchase of a cottage right there for a new shul. It was 1959. My husband Bill, Zichrono Livracha, and I had just bought our first house to accommodate Shani and Noni, our 3 and 1.5-year-old daughters. So how could we also contribute? We had just put our savings of $2,000 as a down payment on our $22,000 mortgage. But we did it, and with Rabbi Chaim and Charlotte Devantman and the other couples, we gave birth to Suburban Orthodox congregation. Our neighborhood was sort of a village of ranch houses and 2-story cottages. Most families had 1 car per family, which was used to drive husbands to their jobs. The wives, for the most part, stayed home with the children. Time passed, and when we lost our beloved rabbi, we were fortunate to find Rabbi Irvin and Anita Price to lead us. Because we needed more room, a new addition was added to the front of our building, creating a larger sanctuary and social hall. We became more orthodox in our shul and private lives. The neighborhood remained the same. When Rabbi Price of blessed memory became ill, we began a search for a new spiritual leader. Happily, we found and hired Rabbi Shmuel and Aviva Silber, and our shul became a beehive of activity. The Jewish Institute was begun by our rabbi as outreach for Torah learning. Siyums, lectures, Tehillim, Torah sessions, Motzei Shabbos learning, Emunah minutes, and much more started happening. Word quickly spread about our gifted and spiritual rabbi, and he couldn't wait to share amazing insights into the teachings of Chazal in such a way that impacted our daily lives. Words to animate the depressed, words to create shalom bayis, words to improve personal relations, words to elevate and motivate life goals. The years passed, and the neighborhood began to change. The sounds of saws and hammers were heard on a daily basis. Rather than move to accommodate growing families, additions were being made to the sides and backs of houses. Ranch houses were becoming 2- and 3-story houses. Every square foot of acreage was being used to build new houses. My friends, we know why people were paying incredible prices to buy homes near our shul. Our shul and our rabbi had become a magnet, and my $22,000 home could now command $400,000. Any bids? And be sold within a week. So Rabbi Silver, thank you for enriching our lives. Thank you for creating wealth for our realtors, mortgage lenders, and food purveyors. Yes, the neighborhood was prospering, but our well-used building, bursting at the seams, was aging badly. The pandemic had emptied its upholstered seats. The air conditioning failed at the onset of summer. The heating quit as the winters came. We won't speak about the condition of our toilets. Only John Kaplan, our magic chef, could keep producing sumptuous kiddushes and meals from the antiquated kitchens. Yet despite years of testy board meetings to try to satisfy every member's idea of the perfect new shul, our architect was finally selected and plans were drawn up. Is everybody perfectly satisfied? No. Will we be happy to pray together in a more spacious, light-filled, sacred home? Yes. Rabbi and Aviva, hardworking officers of our board, and generous and devoted members and friends, you've brought us thus far. The goal is in sight. Can we cross the finishing line? This has been our dream for the past 10 years. Can we celebrate Rabbi and Aviva's 20th anniversary as our spiritual leaders in our beautiful new shul? Yes, together we will. Yehi Ratzon.
Thank you, Selma. I knew she would bring it home. You should hear her at board meetings, by the way. Thought that was good. So now, I'm going to ask Rabbi Silver to come up to introduce various individuals who we would like to honor. And before I do, I would also like to ask Aviva to please join us. I was under strict orders not to say anything about Rabbi Silver, and I'm not going to. However, if I were thinking about what I would want in a rabbi, I'd want someone who is passionate, who every day gets up early in the morning with a fire and literally lights us on fire at 5 something in the morning, and he's there first. There might be a couple guys who come in earlier, but he's on fire, and it gets us on fire. I would want that that would be a great thing to have in a rabbi. Did I say that you did that? By the way, Aviva gave me permission to do this. Because I was not going to do this until he was overruled. As most of us understand how the rules work in the house, your house works no differently than mine. So, we really are truly honored and privileged to have Rabbi and Rebbetzin Silver as our spiritual leaders. They do so much for us individually, as a community, and we want to recognize them, just like he's going to be recognizing everyone else. We found a picture that the rabbi fell in love with when he was in Israel this summer. And someone tracked it down. It's dancing Hasidim, dancing Jews. And this is emblematic of our Rav. It's a picture of 2 Jews just enjoying the moment, enjoying the Torah, enjoying probably a Chaim as well. So Rabbi and Rebbetzin, please come accept your gift from the entire congregation.
I want to begin by saying our bathrooms are not that bad. It's incredibly overwhelming. First, I should say, the Rosh Yeshiva who had to leave, but we are incredibly grateful that he made time to be here. Rosh Rabbi Hapfer, who is not just the Rav of Sheretz Yisrael or the president of the Vada Rabbanim, but a Rav for the entire community, including for the Rabbanim. And for my fellow Chavir and my Rabbanim, fellow Rabbanim who are here today, it's an incredible and overwhelming zchus to be here. And it's an incredible and overwhelming zchus to see the overflow crowd, Baruch Hashem, that is with us this afternoon. It's a privilege, of course. I thank my parents and my in-laws and our mishpacha for being here. I want to use these moments to recognize and to thank those who have really helped to make this day possible. We still have a little while to go. We have a little while to the finish line. Today's groundbreaking is a bit more ceremonial. We're going to, Mirza Hashem, begin our actual construction in a couple of weeks, right? Excellent. I just got the nod. We are on for a couple of weeks from now, Mirza Hashem. But the truth is, as Salma so beautifully said, this has been years in the making. An incredible and overwhelming Mesiras Nefesh self-sacrifice. Incredible and overwhelming generosity. If you just even look at an event like this, Menachem, and I want to take the opportunity to thank our MC, Menachem Schoenfeld. He read off the names of the committee members. A great and incredible committee that took this event by the horns and just made something so beautiful, so special, and so magnificent. A groundbreaking takes work. Halachas kama v'kama, all the more so to actually build. So I want to recognize the people, some of the people, who helped to make this dream a reality. So first of all, we begin by saying, Hodu la'Hashem ki tov ki li'olam chasdo. We thank the Ribono Shel Olam for his incredible kindness and his incredible goodness. I will tell you that not a day goes by that I don't feel a sense of immense gratitude. for being the Rav of this Kehillah. We, Baruch Hashem, have the most magnificent and wonderful men, women, and children. Even the difficult ones, you know who you are. You're still spectacular, and you're still incredible. We have, Baruch Hashem, such a vibrant and diverse Kehillah. You come to our shul, and what I love about coming to shul, there's only one other place in the world that I haven't experienced that's like when I come to shul. And that's when I go to daven at the Kosel. Because at the Kosel you can get a little bit of a cross-section, a microcosm of Klal Yisrael. And you come to our Kehillah, to Suburban Orthodox congregation, Toras, Chaim, and you find a slice of Klal Yisrael as well. All different kinds of people, all different kinds of backgrounds, united in one simple quest, the quest for growth. We each grow in our own ways, at our own pace, and in our own directions. But we are united in a commitment to grow, to be better today than we were yesterday, and to be even greater tomorrow than we were today. So I personally, Aviva and I, thank the Ribono Shel Olam so much for allowing us to come here to Baltimore. I'm not going to lie, when we came here, it'll be 19 years this summer. Aviva's from New York, I'm from New Jersey. Like, what is this? Baltimore, I never heard of Baltimore before. I knew that it was on the way to Washington, D.C. Right? It was like, you stop, you can get gas there, I think maybe you can get kosher food there somewhere. And Baruch Hashem, what we thought would initially be a pit stop for a couple of years has turned into the most magnificent, wonderful stop on our way in Eretz Hashem one day to Eretz Yisrael. Like Rabbi Nachman says, L'chol makom shani holech, ani holech Yerushalayim. We're all on a journey. And this is an incredible, incredible way station along that journey. So we thank the Ribono Shel Olam. I also want to take the opportunity. Selma did such an eloquent job kind of summarizing our shul history. I want to take the opportunity to thank the previous Rabbanim of this shul. To thank Rabbi Feldman, Zichrono Livracha, Rabbi Price, Zichrono Livracha, Rabbanim who I never had the privilege to meet. I only came to Baltimore after Rabbi Price was nifter in January in Teves. We came that summer after Tisha B'Av. I heard the stories. I should say I heard the legends. The legends of Chesed, the legends of commitment. Rabbi Feldman, Zichrono Livracha, running a Hebrew school, because during his age, most of the children were not enrolled in Jewish day schools. For us, what we think as such a given, as such an obvious, he made sure to provide for each and every child, each and every week. And I truly hope that in Eretz Hashem, the home that we are going to build, the new bayis, will in Eretz Hashem be an aliyah for their neshamas. We have with us, as I mentioned, distinguished Rabbanim, to thank our distinguished elected officials, our police chief, for everything they do for our greater community. We have the members of Hatzalah who are here today. One of the incredible things we are going to be doing with this project is we are building an ambulance bay for Hatzalah. Hatzalah, which does so much for our greater community. Selfless dedication of men from all parts of the community, willing to drop anything and everything to respond to another Jew in need. It's something that is absolutely amazing. What a privilege we have to partner with Hatzalah to create a garage, an ambulance bay here on this side of town, to allow them to do their incredible holy work just a little bit better and a little bit faster. So on behalf of the entire community, we thank the members of Hatzalah for their selfless dedication. You know, in an event like this, one of the difficult things is figuring out who to honor. You know, we're going to do a ceremonial dig, a ceremonial groundbreaking. So who do you honor in such a thing like this? And the truth is, we'd love to honor everyone. I mean, literally, I'd love to give each of you a shovel and tell you, please, get to work. There's a lot to do, an overwhelming amount to do. But of course, we can't recognize everyone. We can thank everyone, and everyone deserves an incredible thank you. Because, dear friends, I want to make one thing clear. Whether you give a lot, or you give a little, or you give nothing at all, you are a valued member of this Kehillah, and you are part of the fabric of what makes us special. Because the most incredible thing you can do is just be a part of our avodas Hashem. Be a part of our service of God. When you show up and you learn with us, when you show up and you daven with us, when you show up and you do chesed with us, when you show up and you celebrate times of happiness and join us for times of sorrow, you become part of our extended family, our extended mishpacha. Some are blessed with the means to give and others are not. But everyone has a seat at the table, and everyone has our profound appreciation. But we take this opportunity to recognize the few who, without their commitment and dedication, this project would be impossible. I want to begin by thanking Dr. Frona Brown. Dr. Brown, from the moment I reached out to you to discuss our new idea, the Institute for Jewish Continuity, an adult education entity devoted to the spreading of Torah, Torah ideas, Torah ideals, you were invested in such a dramatic and overwhelming and incredible way. And as we've gotten to know each other, I've come to realize that anything that is a benefit to the Jewish people, you're in. And you're in with your heart, and you're in with your soul, and you're in with your entire being. And on behalf of our entire congregation, I want to thank you. On a personal level, there were times where I wavered a little bit or equivocated. Can we really get all of this done? We've dreamt a lot of dreams over the years. And having you in our corner has given us the strength to continue forward and to build. And how privileged we feel that this entire campus, this entire building is going to be dedicated in loving memory of your daughter, Esther Ann Zichron Livracha. While I can't imagine the pain of losing a child, I can only imagine how much her neshama is going to be elevated through the davening, through the learning, through the acts of chesed that are going to take place within these walls each and every day. And I give you my promise that as long as there is breath in my body, I will do whatever is within my power to raise your daughter's neshama higher and higher, and hopefully bring nechama to your family. Thank you. I want to thank our incredible builder, Mr. Howard Brown. The truth is, Mr. Brown doesn't really need an introduction because pretty much every Jewish institution in town has Baruch Hashem, the Brown family name on it. And Mr. Brown, I want to say, I know we haven't always been the easiest group to work with. I'm not talking about me. I'm personally easy to work with. Some of the other people haven't been as easy to work with. But I just want to tell you, even when we get scared about something or nervous about something, and you could ask your son-in-law about this, I have one line: Howard's got it. That's the line. And we believe it with all of our heart and soul. You got this project, we are in your hands, and we know that we are in good hands, and how privileged how privileged we feel that you are going to be laying the very bricks that are going to be housing the dynamic spiritual activity that is going to propel Esther Ann's neshama higher and higher. What a privilege to build the building that Emir Hashem will be here for her and for your family for generations to come. I want to take the opportunity to thank some of the pillars of this project who are not able to be here with us today. Isaac and Brenda Samuel, who have been friends of the shul, pillars of the shul and pillars of this project for many years. The Samuels are currently in Eretz Yisrael. And Yehuda and Chani Newberger, also in Eretz Yisrael now, Baruch Hashem. We thank the Samuels and the Newbergers for their incredible dedication and overwhelming commitment to everything we do in this shul. And it's their generosity, not just with funds, but with time and with attentiveness, that has allowed us to accomplish so much. I want to thank, although again I think by now she is the star of the show, Mrs. Selma Wolf. I would urge you, when the program is over in Meretz Hashem, we have a beautiful lunch ahead of us. And I would urge you to get a few moments to get to know Salma. Because as you get to know her, you will meet a woman of incredible courage, of incredible strength, of incredible poise. A woman who, despite facing adversity at different stages of life, has always managed to overcome and to persevere because of an unquenchable optimism and sense of drive. And Salma, we feel so privileged to call you our matriarch. I want to recognize Jeff and Sherry Venick, who are here with us today. And Baruch Hashem, the Venicks, we thank God, are the now matriarch and patriarch of an incredible clan that is very important to our shul, are here not only representing themselves, but are also representing Jeff's parents, Herman and Beverly Venick, Zichrono Livracha. And the Venicks, I still remember when I came to the shul, my first meeting after meeting with Robertson Price was with Herman Venick. And Herman was able to tell me, these are the people you should connect with, and these are the ones you should avoid. He was spot on. I didn't listen, but he was spot on. The Venick family is intertwined with the fabric of our Kehillah, multiple generations, and now the Venick clan has expanded into the Venick, Erez, Pomerantz, and Fishbein families. Baruch Hashem, all of whom are part of the day-to-day operations and beauty of our Kehillah. I want to take the opportunity to acknowledge Shimi and Batsheva Messing. I saw the Messings here before. Sure. From the days that we were around the corner neighbors on Labyrinth, the Messings have been pillars of this Kehillah and good friends. Shimi has been a lay leader through many interesting chapters in our Kehillah's development. And the generosity and commitment of the Messing Mishpacha knows no bounds. Thank you for your friendship, and thank you for your commitment to our Kehillah. To thank Adam Yudit Ben Zev. Adam, as you know, is the president of our Kehillah and events. And Adam Yudit and the kids are such a beautiful and wonderful fixture. The Ben Zevs, Ellie and Judy are here as well, are one of those special suburban families. When you see the Ben Zevs in Shul on Shabbos, 3 generations of one mishpacha. One of the incredible things that Aviv and I saw when we came to this community is how families stay, families remain. And it's beautiful to see in our shul how we have multiple generations of the same mishpacha. Grandparents, children, grandchildren coming to daven and to learn together. At Daf Yomi, we have fathers and sons who sit together, who grow together, who learn together. Tehillim Shir, mothers and daughters who come to learn and grow together. An incredible and overwhelming thing. I want to thank our assistant Rav and Rabbi Rebbitzin Richter. Always being available and willing to help out no matter what the lateness of the ask may be. Thank you. And although I was under strict orders not to give a public thank you to a certain family, the rules were clearly broken. So I want to take the opportunity to thank Menachem and Susie Schoenfeld. The Schoenfelds are all shul all the time. It doesn't matter what the project is. The conversations usually start out like this: Chaim Menachem, I need your help with something. Then the John says, I can't do it. I'm so overwhelmed. I have a very understanding boss, but still, I have to get things done. And then I give it about 10 minutes, and then I text. I say, can I call you in a few minutes? And then it's, okay, what can I do to help? That's usually the order that we go in. Right? About right? Yeah, right. And Menachem, you are a true friend and a true chaver, and I appreciate you greatly. And Susie, what the two of you do for the Kehillah is beyond words. Thank you for your incredible dedication. Thank you for the family that you have raised within the ranks of our shul, and we look forward to accomplishing great things together. So at this point in time, then I would like to invite up the following individuals and families to receive a gift of recognition on behalf of our Kehillah, to ask, We're on the list. To ask Dr. Frona Brown, Mr. Howard Brown, Mrs. Selma Wolf, Jeffrey and Sherry Vanek, Adam and Yudit Ben Zabin family, Shimi and Baksheva Messinger family to please come forward. We're Mir Hashem nearing the end of our program this afternoon. Just to kind of give you coming attractions, in just a few moments we're going to do the ceremonial groundbreaking. And then after that, in Mir Hashem, we are going to be privileged to begin a new Sefer Torah. I'll talk more about that in Mir Hashem right before we begin the Sefer. I just want to frame the groundbreaking just in the right way. Many have asked, what is it exactly that we're celebrating? It's a building. And buildings are wonderful, and buildings are important, and buildings are significant. But why all the celebration? And dear friends, I just want to share with you a simple thought. The pasuk says, Ki sivne bayis chadash va'asisa ma'akel legagecha. When you build a home, you should make a fence for your roof. A very simple verse. The Torah is describing a flat roof. People used to use their rooftops. And so the Torah simply tells us, when you construct a home for yourself, build a fence around the roof. This way no one falls off, God forbid, and dies. But the great tzaddik, the great Hasidic master of Levi Yitzchak Berditchev, Zechuso Yagein Aleinu, says something so incredibly beautiful. The Rebbe says, a bayis, a home, doesn't just simply represent a domicile. It represents a unit of accomplishment. Kisivne bayis chadash, when you build something new in life, when you accomplish something new, va'asisa ma'akeh ligagecha, don't stop building. When you think you've finished, build a little bit more. The ma'akeh, the fence, extends above the roof. Just when you think that you've accomplished something in life, just when you think you've done enough, just when you've built your bayis, your home of dynamic activity, what do you do in that moment? You build a little bit more. Just when you think you're done, you build a little more. We've inherited a beautiful foundation and edifice from the generations who came before us. As I mentioned before, from Rabbi Gevantman Zichron Lebracha, Rabbi Price Zichron Lebracha, we are building a shul, we are building a bayis, but the building of our new building is not an ends. It's a means to propel ourselves higher and higher. When we build this bayis, when we build our home, it is a platform, it is a launching pad for even more dynamic activity. You know, the most common question I've gotten asked over the weekend and even this morning was, when are we going to be finished? When are we going to be finished? The other popular question is, when are we getting started? Right? When are we going to be finished? And dear friends, there's one answer. When are we going to be finished? We're never finished. We're never finished. The next stage is to build a building. But the building is not the end. The building is the beginning. The building is the beginning. It's the bias upon which we can build the makkah. We can continue to build additional layers of beautiful, dynamic, spiritual accomplishment. Because it's in our new, beautiful sanctuary that we will build our tefillah, we will build our prayer. It's in our beautiful new base medrash that we will continue to build our Torah. It's in our educational wing that is filled with 7 classrooms that, God willing, we will build our youth and adult education. It's in our office suite that we will continue to help members of our kehillah and members of our greater community. It's in our expanded social hall that we will celebrate simcha after simcha after simcha. It is in our courtyard where we will make kiddush together after davening. It's in our spa-grade mikvah that we will, in Eretz Hashem, bring personalistic purity into our lives. Dear friends, today is the beginning of the beginning. I truly hope that HaKadosh Baruch Hu will see the beautiful kehillah we have, the beautiful community we are a part of. Hashem should bless our efforts with incredible success and allow us to do what we're going to do. We're not building ourselves a home. We're building HaKadosh Baruch Hu a home. We're building a home for the Ribono Shel Olam, because, dear friends, until the temple, until the Beis HaMikdash is rebuilt, the Shekhinah of the Divine Presence is in Galus and diaspora with us. We are building our God, His home, one of His homes on this earth. We hope that in the merit of the home that we will build, His presence will dwell within our midst for many years to come. Just before we begin the groundbreaking ceremony, one last thank you. And that's a thank you to my wife, Aviva. Baruch Hashem, we're able to accomplish a lot of things. And thank God I feel privileged to be able to devote many hours to the kehillah. But it is only because of the Rebbitzins' selfless dedication. Giving up family time, giving up vacations, chalamai trips. Chalamai, who does chalamai trips? At least not us, not the Silvers. An incredible and overwhelming responsibility that a Rebbitzin has. Often to be a mother, a father, and everything else that a family needs. So Aviva, on behalf of everyone here who is here today, I say thank you. Thank you for your mesiras nefesh. Thank you for your sacrifice. Thank you for your dedication. To all of those assembled here, I say, Sheli b'shelachem shelahi. Mazel tov.
We're going to begin the ceremonial groundbreaking. I would like to call up the diggers, or the shovelers, if you will, the women over here and the men over here. We're going to do 3 rounds. We're going to start with the first round will be Howard Brown, Frona Brown, Morton Esterson, Leah Soul, Rabbi Baruch Neuberger, Johnny Olszewski, Izzy Patoka, Adam Ben-Zev, Malky Rosenblum, Jen Erez, John Kaplan, Layla Lassen, and Hadassah Schoenfeld. The women on this side and the men on this side, please.
Could you show them what you got now? You know what I got. I'm trying.
But you do better pictures.
I don't think so. Picture together? We have to get a picture together with this over. Thank you. Everybody looking over here?
We would also like to call Akiva Lichterman. Akiva, are you in the house? Oh, there he is. Grab a hat and a shovel. We'd like to call our elected officials who are with us. If they would all please come up for a hat and a shovel. The women would come to this side, the men would come to this side. All elected officials, please join us for a shovel and a hat. Following these photographs, we will have the communal rabbis join us. We could have the rabbis join us.
Hold on, ladies. Ladies. Oh, great. Sitting, right? Sitting. Hey. Hang on. Thank you.
Following this photo, we will have the Kasivas Sefer Torah, and we are nearing the end.
He doesn't go. Everybody look at me, please. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. We are now going to Yetz Hashem conclude the programmatic piece. We're going to invite everyone to join us for lunch in Yetz Hashem. I guess this ceremonial groundbreaking is the beginning of our new building. And the first thing in Yetz Hashem that we are going to do as part of this new building is begin a brand new Sefer Torah. Because the truth is, everything we build and everything we create is for one reason and one reason only. V'habdil Torah u'ma'adira. I'd like to invite up the Margaret's family, and I'd like to invite all of the children who would like to come up front to see this beautiful new beginning of the Sefer Torah. Children are invited. Where's Gabi coming? Gabi's going to lead us in a little bit of singing. All the children are invited to come forward, for adults also. We're going to begin the Sefer Torah.
So as we're waiting, we have one more item to address. Rabbi Silver, please pay attention. Dovi Zikr is going to share with us just a couple of words, but this is a very meaningful part of the program. Please listen up. I know it's hard for everyone to stay focused, but we're almost there.
It's an honor to be able to say a few words right as everybody is heading toward the food. We'll try to keep this short. On the topic of the favorite Torah, Rabbi Silver, Baltimore has, Baruch Hashem, an absolutely amazing array of rabbinic leaders. We are blessed with a wide selection of shiurim, minyanim, kolim, and institutions that help us to grow in our Yiddishkeit. You, Rabbi Silver, have brought together all of these wonderful resources under the roof of Suburban Orthodox Toras Chaim and through the Institute for Jewish Continuity. You are our Rebbe, our Rabbi, our teacher, our posek, and our inspiration. Whether we are the recipients of your inspiration on a daily, weekly, or even occasional basis, we attend your shiurim, we listen to your podcasts, we watch your Zoom videos, and we never tire of your amazing range of sources for inspiration and personalistic growth. Whether it is Daf Yomi, Musar, Chasidus, Halacha, Tanakh, or even your Rabbi Silverisms, which we love to quote among ourselves. And just when we all think that you couldn't possibly take on another responsibility, you create yet another. Whether it's for the Shul B'Prat or for the Kehillah B'Chlal. When the Margolin family generously approached Suburban to donate a Sefer Torah in connection with the groundbreaking for our new shul, a group of your Talmidim recognized this as an opportunity to engage many individuals and families who regularly benefit from your Torah, inviting them to partner in dedicating safe preparations in your name. We are here today to inform you that we were successful beyond our expectations. To date, we have received contributions from well over 300 individuals and families. We hope that this will be a segula for continued success in all of your endeavors on behalf of this community. Rebbe, we thank you from the bottoms of our hearts, and we look forward to ongoing partnerships to make Suburban Orthodox Toras Chaim a major center for Torah learning and inspiration in Baltimore for many, many years to come. We would like to present the Rav with the following certificate, which is a representation of our appreciation and gratitude. The certificate reads, as we embark on the writing of a new Sefer Torah, we dedicate Sefer Gracious in honor of Rabbi Shmuel Silver. In recognition and appreciation of your steadfast commitment to teach, encourage, challenge, and inspire your myriads of Talmidim on a daily, weekly, and annual basis. May the dedication of this new Sefer Torah be as close for your entire family and serve as a segula for continued success in all of your endeavors on behalf of our community. Thank you.
Joey, face me, open up, face me. I think it's for turn long.
At this point in time, we invite everyone to participate in the beautiful lunch we have, the beautiful simcha we have. Thank you so much for being part of this beautiful program, and Yirtzeh Hashem may be zocha to gather together at our Chanukas Habayis and Hira B'Yameinu. Mazel tov.
cheers out מפה, חגג שמח.
picture also. Ready? Ready, guys? Ready? One. Give a thumbs up if you guys like some sushi. Meat carving station. Mr. Earl Schwartz.
Howdy. Oh, that's a little too close, Sam. Okay. Trying to keep better on.
Popcorn and cotton candy. You guys are doing a great job.
surprise. Yeah? They hired you? Yes. The disciple?
Please explain to us the real way of making sushi.
What?
Let's hear the real way. Actually, you know what? Let's hear the real way of eating sushi.
Real way. You pretend you get a big plate for your wife, and then you eat at least half. Oh, sorry. Here.
Oh, awkward. showing all the viewers at home. That's awesome. That looks delicious.
Before, like, someone was mean, I'd stand up to them, yeah?
How many of these have you eaten? Really, really? Because I remember the table being like twice as full.
Oh.
Just kidding.
I'll get a gang.
Apparently there's some awesome kids activities inside, so let's go check that out. Hope the service is not cut out inside. We'll have to see.
Just make
No, you can't. There's directions on the table of what to do. There's directions on the table what to do.
I feel like I put it on and then watch it.
They're chocolate.
You watched it?
Yeah, I remember that. I'll teach you how to cup in a lid, okay? Lizzie, could you can I help you? But I'm wearing gloves. Walk with lights. You need to get a cup in a lid.
Oh, yeah, come.
You like this? Like this. There you go. You gotta sit down in this direction. Hello. Sam, you don't do Sunday hours anymore. What are we supposed to do?
I don't know what you're talking about.
What do you mean? What do you mean, what do I mean? Like, we gave someone like 6 months to show him.
Take him out of school. It's the new.
Here's yours.
Some of the pieces, yeah, they got like this color. I noticed it.
Okay, fine. Now it's coming back. I'm a little
Yes. They got like this color.
Cindy, are you done? Did you put yours up? Awesome. Great. Okay, we'll find it. No.
Carolyn, you want to go grab her a couple of more medium blues?
Sorry, was in Florida with her dad. And I said, back. How are you? One sec, wait behind you, girls. Certainly wasn't a part of her dad. I'm 4.5 now.
This is
Long time no see.
My husband needs a haircut. You didn't give him a haircut.
Listen,
You need to give him a...
Say goodbye to everyone.
Bye. Thanks for joining us. Mazel tov. Looking forward to the new building.
The woman who